Good evening, everyone. I go by Honeybee. This channel is dedicated to peace, serenity, and harmony, where every Wednesday I'll post a video of 3 written poems by me. And at the end of each poem, I like to share my experience and what that poem meant for me or to me. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started with tonight's poems. The first poem for tonight is titled Abuse. Are you not beautiful? Are you not worthy? If that was the case, then why even holler? Why would they want something so disgusting? Are you not beautiful? Are you not worthy? If that was the case, why hide me from a world that don't want me? So I must be beautiful and I must be worthy, because only an idiot wants something that's unworthy. This poem was written, try to do this in a nutshell. A lot of times I went through and I've seen abuse in different forms. And let me state that verbal abuse is a form of abuse. And I went through this and I've seen people go through this. And then, there's the other extreme versions and forms. But ultimately, I really wrote this from a conscience of, a lot of times for some reason when people are going through those situations, they tend to make it, they tend to, the victim tends to think that they did something wrong, think that they did something to deserve that. And that's why I started off with, are you not beautiful? Are you not worthy? And I wanted to ask it in a question form because I need you to understand that you hold value. Your life means something. Your feelings mean something. And what you desire and want means something. So don't question yourself. Don't get it confused. Because if that was the case, why even holler? Why even approach me? Why even deal with me if in reality I'm less than you, or you feel as though you can take things out on me in this kind of caliber, in this manner? So I wanted to just say and set the record straight, set someone free, and understand that you are not the problem and it's not anything wrong with you and you're not lacking anything. If that was the case, that person would not have even approached you, nor would they waste time with you. Okay? So I want to leave it there. That's where that's the background of that poem and why I wrote it. Okay? And so now we're going to move into the second poem of the evening. The second poem of tonight is titled Ghosting, in parentheses, Breakup. I know it's sad it didn't turn out how you wanted. I know you're mad and you blame everyone else for it. But you should be glad, because when they left, it made you stronger. And don't feel bad. I too have been played by a lover. And I'm so glad, because looking back, they wasn't nothing. I wrote this as inspiration. I remember I was dealing with someone and they kind of did one of those ghosting situations on me. Now, I'm someone that more or less kind of demands closure. So I'm not extremely familiar with ghosting, but I have been ghosted. Just how I handled that situation, they still said something. But ultimately, I wrote this because I feel like a lot of times when we go through these situations of ghosting or breakups, and you sit there and you're so upset, and because you're feeling all these different emotions, and thinking about all what's not finna be going on anymore with this person. And I know something that was big for me, I used to always remember their voice and remember how it felt to be held by them and their sense of humor. And you thinking, oh, I won't find this no more. Of all these depressed thoughts, these negative thoughts, these anxious thoughts, sorrowful, pitiful thoughts, coming in, overwhelming you. And it's crazy because you can get so engulfed in it and you can think that it's probably true. But what I realized is if you fight through it, and I think every situation I've been in, it was the same way. And I'm pretty sure this is the same for a lot of people who, will agree with me. And if you don't, if you do this, you will agree with me. Um, what I've noticed each time I just persevere and I keep going, and on my days when I'm feeling low and I'm having these thoughts, I go to my Savior and I tell him what I'm feeling and this and that. And so I keep going. I keep fighting. I keep getting the strength to get up, getting better, uh, taking the good with the bad, also reflecting on different things that I tolerated that I shouldn't, or different things that flags that I noticed or questioned but still allowed to happen, not stopping them, or getting myself away from that situation. So beating myself up about that or thinking about um, that. And then also, when I say take the good with the bad, I don't want to feel like I'm just saying something bad about this other person, whether it's male or female or whatever the case may be. I think we always should always take what we did in that situation too, because even if we was the ones that something was done to, there was something in you that allowed that person to treat you that way, because people can only treat you the way you allow them to. So I always take all of those things into. But anyways, in a nutshell, right? Um, every time had passed and this person would come back, it would always make me embarrassed of myself, because I was like, man, I remember how I was crying over this individual and this and that. And now I see them after all this time. And don't you realize, had you had been with this person, they would have been holding you down. You won't even be able to shine the way you're supposed to shine because of them. They don't have nothing going on for themselves. They, in whatever situation they may be in, okay? Everyone's different, but ultimately it's always me realizing I was better than them. And that's why I say at the end, I'm so glad, because now I look back and they wasn't nothing. So if you're going through a breakup or being ghosted or whatever, please don't let that get to you. Don't get depressed and down about that. Feel what you need to feel, accept and acknowledge what you need to accept and acknowledge, and change what you need to change. But don't put all this emphasis on this individual and what life y'all could have had together. Because I promise you, as soon as time go by, you gonna look and be like, man, thank you for leaving me, because I don't know what kind of life or what you got going on. And it just seemed like it just going downhill, downhill, downhill. And it ain't nothing there. I'm so glad I'm on the outside looking in at your life, because you are a mess. So thank you for pretending like I wasn't worth nothing. So that's the background on that poem, and that's what it meant for me, okay? And so now we're going to move into the last poem of the night. And the last poem for tonight is titled Immature Love. If I was a boy, would I harm you? Would I disrespect you and cheat on you? Would I make you feel lonely even when beside you? Well, I think I'll do what you allow me to. And I won't change because there's no need for me to. Now, sis, listen, I'm telling you the truth. This is a little boy's mind, and the longer you stay, you're saying I'm a little girl too. I hope this poem does not make anyone not want to view me anymore, or I shouldn't say view me, watch my videos. But sincerely, it breaks my heart sometimes. For example, I remember this was maybe about 2 years ago. I was on a plane. I had this job where I was working in different states. And so this particular one, I think I was in Philadelphia, and I was coming back, and I was getting on the plane coming back home. Um, and we couldn't leave, and I didn't know what was going on. I heard this couple over here arguing, but I didn't pay any attention. I'm just like, okay, why we ain't leaving? Well, anyways, about 5 minutes has passed, and true story, you guys, this really happened. About 5 minutes had passed, and next thing you know, I see the girl gets up and she's yelling and cussing at him, and everything is he's treating her, very cold and nonchalant, like you acting out, or you this, or you being embarrassing right now, blah blah blah. And everyone on the flight is looking at them. And then around this time, the pilot, they say, there's some confusion, or I forget what terminology they use, but they were referring to the fight that was going on, and they were saying until everyone is seated, seatbelts on, and it's all clear and calm and stuff, we can't take off. So now you have the passengers looking at her some type of way. And I let me stop and say, I don't want any of my male viewers to think like, oh, why it seems like everybody always cheering for the girls and this and that. I am so not that person. I understand everyone, you know, not all men are bad, not all women are bad, okay? That's basically what I want to say. But the reason why I'm speaking in this perspective right now, majority of the time is situations where it's the woman that's the one that's more than likely acting up, because women are more emotional, right? And in this particular situation and others that I've seen, I just noticed it more that is the women. And so anyways, I remember all the passengers and everyone looking at her, and they're saying things to her, and they like, man, sit down. You know how people are, right? And they're like, man, sit down, come on, chill out, blah blah blah. And me being divorced, by now, I was divorced from my husband and my ex-husband and everything. So me being someone who has been divorced and overwhelmed with hurt from what someone is doing to you, and then them not caring when you express it to them, I understood, whether it was foolish or not, I understood how she felt. And it was kind of sad that everyone was upset with her and not him. But in reality, that's really what brought me, that's what builds this poem, because that's why I titled Immature Love. And at the end, I say, the longer you stay, you're saying I'm a little girl too. Because ultimately, a person is going to simply do to you what you allow them to do. If you have a boyfriend that's liking pictures, flirting with waitresses, or looking at women when y'all go places, or doing all of these disrespectful things, you don't react. I said that wrong. You don't lower yourself to react to that situation with aggression and chaos, emotional, sad chaos. What you say to that person is clearly, you're not respecting me, so I need to move on. It's just as simple as that. It's really just that simple. And It means a lot to me. This poem actually means a lot to me. In my meaning, in my descriptions as to why I wrote it, I started with "it breaks my heart," because it truly breaks my heart, because I know why this girl is carrying on like this. I know why her heart feels so heavy right now. I know, I know, but they're only doing that to you because you're allowing them to. You got to be strong enough to say, you know what? Enough is enough. There's certain sayings out there in this world that we really should hold near and dear. And enough is one of those saying. That's one of those phrases that we really truly need to take in. And it doesn't have to come in that aggression. I see, you know, I've seen men have girlfriends, and I've seen the men look at me, and I see the girl notice it, and the man look at her like, you know, like he don't even care, like it's nothing, and walk on. Been there before too. Been there. Okay. My marriage taught me a lot. I gained a lot. My ex-husband put a lot on me. I had to learn a lot. He broke me down a lot. But I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for it because of that, I could never allow myself to go through any of that. I thought I wasn't going to allow myself to go through it before I got married, and now I'm married, and I am. And it's because I love this person. But if this person is not going to love and respect me, then I can't love and respect them. I need to love and respect myself enough to leave. And so that's really where I wrote this poem, because I want whether you're a man or a woman, because I know men go through things. I know men are treated poorly, spoken down to, beaten down. So, man or female, you're going through something like this, you need to just leave. Stop putting your energy into that. The more you put your energy into it, the more that person is going to do it. Simply put. If you don't believe me, you can go another 6 months, 3 months, a year, however long you want to go. You can keep going into it. You can try to, what they say, kill it with kindness. You can have all of this. You can do that if you want to. That person could care less about that. You ain't gonna kill them with kindness. This is not the situation in which kill them with kindness should be applied. Okay. You need to, when they say my way or the highway, that's basically what this person is saying to you. When they're treating you like this, they're saying my way or the highway. So in reality, you need to choose whether you're going to go their way or you're going to go on the highway. And if it were me, or like I did, I chose the highway. I promise you, about 2 years of my life went by, and all I could do was almost every morning cry. I was just in so much happiness and bliss. I thought it was unreal. I forgot almost that I was this girl going through this stuff. You know, that's why I'm here now and I can talk about it with you, because I literally forgot that I went through that. Because when I left, and you know, I'm a religious person, so when I left and my Savior nurtured me, was my husband, it's like it's something, once you get a hold of it, it'll be so easy. Somebody else come into your life and they try to hurt you. They fool you. You done been dating them 6 months. I promise you, it's still so easy. Once you get a hold of what it means to have an immature love, it'll be so easy to walk away from it. Those same thoughts that you was having, their voice, their laughter, their sense of humor, all of that will be obsolete. And if you're someone that's worried about money, then if it were me, I think I would, and what I did, I started planning. I just planned ahead. I said, okay, rent is gonna be this is gonna be this, car payment is gonna be this, insurance is gonna be this, daycare is gonna be this, blah blah blah. And I just started planning. And so anytime it was disrespect that was thrown towards me, it didn't even hurt no more because I knew in the back of my mind, 6 months to a year, I'm finna be going out of this anyway. So thank you for proving to me that the decision that I'm deciding to make is the right one. So that's the background of that poem. And like I said, that one was titled Immature Love. Uh, like always, please let me know which one was your favorite. Let me know if you like them long or short. And please also, leave me any constructive criticism. And then also just any thing that you liked. I thank every one of you for watching me. And have a good night.